turning to food banks these days, and a new nationwide report says it's only going to get worse.
Both the Leafs and Raptors are off tonight, and both breathing signs of relief. Sports at 45. We've got gains on Bay and Wall Street. The price for oil in the red, and shares in one car maker on track for the highest close in 7 years. Business at 56.
City News Time, 10:31.
Time for traffic and weather together all the ones. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by Lexus. Check. Lexus of Oakville. Check this. We have a bunch of problems out there. Some are cleared away, like on the eastbound 401 right to Broad Street. That's now gone. And then we have a crash approaching Highway 25 where left lane is still blocked off here. Heavy delays from approaching Guelph Line. If you're eastbound 401 here, backed up from approaching Guelph Line all the way through to approaching Highway 25. Stowed vehicle on the east 407 around the 410 in a center lane. Westbound 401 delays Bayview to Young Collectors approaching Keel Express 400 Collectors towards Dixon. Mavis Express towards Mississauga Road. Southbound on the DVP solid from Shepherd all the way down to the Bayview Blow Ramp. Construction at the end of this ramp in single file. East Carter volume Harbor Bridge to Dufferin, Stroud, New York Bay Young. And a stowed vehicle the culprit here on the westbound 403 delays from Winston Churchill towards the 407 just passed around the bend where the right lane's blocked with this stall. For a limited time, lease a 2022 RX 350 premium package at 2.9% for 40 months with biweekly payments from $268. See lexusofOakville.ca. Next report at 10:41. Let's check the forecast with Jill Taylor.
The clouds will increase through the day. The wind will pick up out of the east-northeast, become quite gusty. Our guaranteed high 11. Tonight, cloudy and 9. For today, the guaranteed high 11.
Right now in downtown, we got overcast conditions and 8 degrees. Same conditions right now in Pearson. City News Time, 10:32.
Another step in the right direction when it comes to getting back to pre-pandemic life. The province announcing it's doing away with capacity limits for big outdoor events, which is welcome news as we approach the holidays.
The city's Alex Bloomfield joining us live with more details on what exactly this is going to mean. Alex?
Well, Steve, in short, it means outdoor events and festivals should have the green light this winter. Capacity limits, which were previously either 100 or however many people could maintain physical distancing in a certain area, those are now gone for things like parades and memorial services and ski hills as well. The announcement comes a day after Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown called for such a change, saying Brampton was going ahead with a plan for a full slate of winter events in person.
I struggle with the fact that these outdoor events have been canceled for such a long time. The fact that, we said by getting vaccinated it'll help you get back to normal, and we don't have some of these civic events on, ones that the city organizes, for me is not good enough.
Mayor John Tory getting on board with that this morning as well, announcing that in-person Remembrance Day will be back in Toronto, along with the Cavalcade of Lights, which might look a little bit different in Nathan Phillips Square, but will largely return to normal and will happen sometime next month. Indoor capacity limits also increasing for banquet halls and conference centers, up to 50% capacity or 10,000 people, whichever is less. And just for now, nightclubs and other places with dancing on such as an outdoor patio, restrictions there have not yet been lifted. Reporting live, I'm Alex Bloomfield.
Well, Ontario is seeing a higher COVID case count today, but it's because
Arguments are set to be heard on Monday. Rogers is the parent company of this radio station. Kevin Meissner, City News.
COVID-19 is driving more people to use food banks in this country. City's Kareem Gouda has more on that.
New findings from a Food Banks Canada report show a major spike in visits throughout the pandemic. It shows food banks nationwide are expecting a significant surge in the months to come for a couple of reasons: the high cost of living and the ongoing economic instability facing so many. The report highlights how the ongoing pandemic has only exacerbated hunger and the need for help in Canada. In March of this year, Canadians made 1.3 million visits to the food banks. That's a 20% increase compared to March of 2019. Food banks in big cities like Toronto and Vancouver were especially feeling the strain, with over a quarter seeing their usage more than double compared to previous years. And many who made those visits did so because they lost their jobs during the pandemic. And 1/3 of food bank users in Canada are children. Kareem Gouda, City News.
Now look, if you needed an excuse to have ice cream for lunch or dinner, like you need an excuse, well, we've got it for you. Today, net proceeds from every blizzard sold goes to the Children's Miracle Network, 12 children's hospitals across the country. And this year, they've partnered
NorthTorontoAuction.com. You'll also see light to heavy-duty equipment and recreational vehicles. NorthTorontoAuction.com, a great place to buy or sell.
Watch, listen, connect. This is City News 680, everywhere.
We have a mostly cloudy sky in downtown Toronto. It is 10 degrees. Good morning. I'm Sarah Parrott. Here are the top stories this hour. Ford government announcing its lifted capacity limits for outdoor organized events, which includes parades, memorial services, and Christmas tree lighting. The province also says indoor capacity is increasing at banquet halls and conference centers. It's now up to 50% or 10,000 people, whichever is less. Ontario's COVID case count is 409 today, a bit higher than what we're used to, but our positivity rate is actually down. It's at 1.3% after more testing was completed. The city of Toronto launches a Halloween-themed vaccine campaign called Vax and Treat. It runs today till Sunday with clinics held at select malls, hospitals, and community health centers. Time for sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Caroline Frolick. It's a night off for the Leafs before beginning a 5-game homestand Saturday against the Red Wings, who are now 4-2-1 on the season after that OT win over the Caps last night. As for the Leafs, you know they're breathing a sigh of relief after snapping that ugly 4-game losing streak, rallying to an OT win at Chicago. Highlight of that game, aside of course from William Nylander's winner, was Austin Matthews chirping back in the face of an irate heckling Chicago fan. In case you're wondering, yes, they did once again boo their team off the ice at the United Center. It's becoming a trend this season. There are 9 games in the NHL tonight, 4 involving Canadian teams. The Canucks hoping for their first home win of the season and play host to the Flyers. The Canadians continue their western road trip against the Sharks. The Flames looking to finish this 5-game road trip with a perfect record and face the Penguins. And the Jets looking to win their 4 straight and visit the Kings. The Marlies are off tonight. Tomorrow they're taking on the Senators at Belleville. In the NBA, the Raptors, wait for it, also off tonight, coming off their first home win of the season and looking to get it done again tomorrow when they host the 1-4 Magic. Sports at 15 and 45, that's every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
Let's define winter traction. Is it digging into snow, gripping ice? At Toyo Tire, it's more than just that. Toyo Observe winter tires are designed and tested for Canadian winters. They have purified crushed walnut shells that act like tiny spikes that bite into any slippery surface for a confident winter drive. Toyo winter tires are ready for whatever winter throws at you. Toyo Tires, a higher degree of safety. Find a Toyo Tire dealer near you by visiting Tire Discounter Group's dealer locator at tirediscounter.ca/locations.
My Top Drawer is celebrating 20 years of finding perfectly fitting bras and great swimsuits with our new location in Sherway Gardens, Toronto. 20 years says a lot. A lot of stories, successes, and a lot of perfect fits. Once you go, you'll never go anywhere else. And now, to celebrate 20 fabulous years, save 20% store-wide for 20 days only, starting October 20th. Look great, feel fabulous. My Top Drawer with 5 locations, including our newest at Sherway Gardens Mall in Etobicoke.
City News Time, 10:48.
Well, that escalated quickly. The Bank of Canada now warning that the cost of borrowing could go up dramatically next year because inflation is not cooling off. And that means those record low variable mortgage rates will soon be a thing of the past. Our Mike Apple reports from the City News Business Center.
Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem now admits the cost of living will continue to climb, and it's time to take the economic stimulus out of the system, and that means raising borrowing costs. Could see the first rate hike in the first half of next year. Some think that rates could go up 8 times over the next 2 years. And for mortgage borrowers who've been benefiting from record low variable rates, might be time to look at a change of strategy. Tina Tarantian is a senior wealth advisor with Asante Capital Management.
It makes sense to lock in part of your mortgage. I don't think interest rates are going to be as low as they are today. You know, if they move up a couple of percentage points, that means variable rates are going to be moving up a couple of percentage points, and they will definitely be way higher than the fixed rates that you can get now.
More than half of all new mortgages taken out this summer were based on the variable rate, and that was the highest level in market history. At the City News Business Center, I'm Mike Apple.
Well, one step slower, and he would have been dead. That's what police are saying about a young man injured last night while crossing the train tracks in Oakville. Our Carl Hansen Gretzky has that story.
The 22-year-old pedestrian came within an inch of being killed instantly here on 4th Line north of Spears Road. He was wearing earbuds as he walked across the train tracks here, so didn't hear these warning bells, didn't hear the speeding GO train that clipped his backpack and sent him flying through the air. Passers-by can't believe he survived.
Why would he be wearing earbuds at a crossing? Holy cow.
He is so lucky.
So lucky. If I was his mother, as soon as he's healed, I'd be smacking him around the ear. No more earbuds.
The young man is in hospital with serious injuries but will recover. Police say had his backpack not ripped or had he been half a step slower while crossing, his parents would be planning the funeral. In Oakville, I'm Carl Nansky.
Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll check in with traffic and weather.
City News Time, 10:50.
Accelerate your business growth with Scotiabank. Get valuable advice to navigate your business forward and find out how you can earn a $300 cash bonus by opening both a new Scotiabank Select account for business and a Scotiabank business credit product. Get started today at scotiabank.com/business offers. Conditions apply. Offer expires October 31st, 2021. Full details are available at scotiabank.com/business offers. Offer subject to change.
When it comes to picking adventures, Peter and Patty Pickerson are pretty picky. Peter picked a perfect peck of pickled peppers while partner Patty went pumpkin picking plus piled piles and piles of perfectly picked plum apples into the properly parked Subaru. Peter then picked a picnic place while Patty playfully paddleboarded pier to pier, which really proves the point. Peter and Patty Pickerson are perfectly paired for Subaru's adventure picking event. Pick your favorite Subaru and enjoy rates as low as 0.5% at your pick of Subaru dealers.
City News Time, 10:51.
Time for traffic and weather together all at once. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by TSC. Got a crash on the eastbound 401 approaching Highway 25. It's two left lanes that are blocked off now. It's really heavy from the Mountsburg area, so just heads up through there. And then busy on the East 401 ever so slightly. East of Dixon in the collectors slowing through here. Westbound 401 from the 400 Express and collectors towards Dixon, a bit of volume. And approaching Mavis Express, Mavis collectors towards Mississauga Road slow. Southbound 404 busy Shepherd collectors onto the DVP slowing to south of Lawrence. And then approaching Don Mills all the way down to the Baby Bloor ramp. We have construction at the end of the ramp. Eastbound Gardner volume approaching Jameson to York Bay Young. And westbound 403, it is slow from Winston Church to past the 407. Traffic spotters mentioning we had a stalled vehicle here in the right lane. Treat yourself to a beautiful lab-grown diamond ring by Avera, TSC's exclusive brand of lab-grown diamonds. Get it today and save over 30%. Let's shop better at tsc.ca. Next report's at 11:01, and here's our lab-grown meteorologist, Jill Taylor.
Well, not too bad of a day overall. Not quite as warm as yesterday, though. The guaranteed high today, 11 degrees. It will be mild overnight, 9 for the low. The average low is about 4. It will be quite cloudy. Tomorrow, rain moves in after 2 in the afternoon. Strong gusty east wind, the high near 12. The weekend will feature light rain Saturday morning, showers Saturday afternoon. Could even have some showers early Sunday, but by the evening, most of the GTA and for Toronto, just a few clouds for the trick-or-treaters. High near 14, the evening temperature near 9. For today, the guaranteed high, 11.
It's overcast at 8 degrees in downtown Toronto, and we got those same conditions now at Pearson. City News Time, 10:53.
Hi, I'm Hector, and I take insulin to treat my type 2 diabetes. I used to think that sweating and feeling weak and irritated were a normal part of my treatment, but it really started to take a toll on my everyday life. Eventually, I spoke to my doctor, who said I was experiencing low blood sugar. Together, we adjusted my insulin treatment plan to
outside. We'll maybe have something people can walk through at Nathan Phillips Square, but still it'll be a significant event, and we want people to come and do it.
And indoors, capacity limits have also increased for event spaces like banquet halls and conference centers up to 50% or 10,000 people. Outdoor areas of nightclubs and other high-risk settings continue to have restrictions, and outdoor social gatherings, so a backyard party, for example, remain capped at 100 people. Alex Bloomfield, City News. And it should be noted, Ontario reporting 409 new cases of COVID-19.
6% of the vaccine doses it promised to donate earlier this year. Mia Ramsden, the Canadian Press, Ottawa.
Food banks have seen a major surge in visits throughout this pandemic, and food insecurity in this country is only expected to get worse. At least that's the findings of the Food Bank Canada's Hunger Count Report. The report offers the first comprehensive look at food banks' usage across the country since before the pandemic. It now says Canadians made 1.3 million visits to food banks in March of this year, and that's a 20% increase compared to March of 2019.
He did participate in a full practice yesterday. As of now, he's still listed as day-to-day. And the Jets looking to win their fourth straight and visit the Kings. In the NBA, the Raptors also off tonight, coming off their first home win of the season and looking to get it done again tomorrow when they host the 1-4 Magic. In the NFL's Thursday nighter, it's a battle of a couple of red-hot teams. The Cardinals looking to go to a perfect 8-0 on the season. The Packers pay a visit to Arizona. After dropping the season opener, Green Bay have since won 6 in a row. Kickoff just before 8:30. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
The story of Silk and Snow is a bedtime story of Canadians who dreamed of making a better mattress in small batches right here in Toronto using sustainable and fully traceable materials. So when you sleep, you can have our dream. Silk and Snow, a Canadian company unapologetically out to help the planet and give you the best sleep of your life. We don't do business this way just so you can sleep better. We do it this way so we can sleep better. Free delivery, silkandsnow.com.
It's the Ram Power Discount Days, and we're going big. 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine, big. 410 pound-feet of torque, big. Up to $12,750 in discounts, big. The Ram Power Discount Days are here. Get up to $9,750 in discounts on select Ram 1500 Classic models. Plus, up to $3,000 in loyalty cash for select owners. Go big, and you'll never want to go home. See your Ram dealer for details.
City News Time, 11:18.
With just 2 days to go until a court deadline, the federal government has still not decided whether or not it will appeal.
Wood pellet grill. Fueled by all-natural hardwood pellets, Traeger grills add incredible wood-fired flavor to everything you cook. Impeccable flavor, results, and a convenient set-it-and-forget-it feature makes it easy to grill. From baked goods to prime ribs, the Traeger grill is suited for all your fall needs. Plus, Wi-Fi technology lets you control your grill right from your phone. Traditions are better with Traeger. Visit TraegerGrills.ca.
This is the City News 680 Events Calendar.
This October, the grounds of Casa Loma will be transformed into an immersive theatrical experience. Legends of Horror. Enjoy interpretations of all the classic horror figures as you are led through a 1-hour self-guided walking tour. Wind through the castle's tunnels and darkest spaces never before open to the public. Tickets on sale now at legendsofhorror.ca.
Get all of the event details now at toronto.citynews.ca/events.
Now, some have been waiting since the start of the pandemic for this one, but the trailer for season 2 of Tiger King is out.
Yeah, remember the first season where every episode would end and you would be like, well, it can't get any crazier, and then it did? We'll just wait for season 2. Yeah, the 2-minute trailer on the Netflix YouTube is just as chaotic as season 1. All the people are there. Joe Exotic from prison, Carol Baskin. Apparently they're going to look deeper into the death of her first husband. The other big cat guys Joe is feuding with are also there, showing all the money they've made after the series, plus their paranoia about losing their animals. November 17th. Let's go. Jeff Rahoman, City News.
A tough quarter for one online selling giant. We will have those details with Chris McCullough.